Aureus, forgive me. I'd steer this weapon of deliverance to a worthier servant than I.
Possessed the metal for this, Crusader. You failed.
Lo, the latest receiver of his grace. Great potential dwells within you, doubtless, for you to be chosen thusly. And so does Aureus' wisdom guide my hand in the bestowment of this subsequent boon. Your flesh has been made sacrosanct with the mark of the Dark Crusaders. Prove yourself worthy of this gift. Seek me in the bowels of the bridge. Our work is of the greatest import.
Alright. More to the fallen walkthrough. Gotta realign myself with the controls of the game, because I haven't played this game in ages. Okay. Alright. Kinda gonna go along, try to get every area done. Probably do one area at a time though. Ow. Hold on. Alright, let's continue on here. Probably gonna go for an Umbral build, I don't really know yet though. I have a Radiant build, I have an Infernal build, so we might be making this character into an Umbral build, but we'll see how my thoughts plan out and what I decide to use for weapons. Alright, so I think we picked up a Vigor Skull here, which we did, so we're gonna pop that. Which it did not give us enough for a level up, alright. So we will just continue on to this little boss fight down here. You can parry this boss. I just tend to, you know, mess him up. I don't really usually worry too much about parrying his attacks. But if you really want to, you can try to parry him. If you manage to parry him, you can do a significant amount of damage. But let's see if we can actually parry him or not. Don't try. Oh, don't. Okay, don't try to parry that. Oh, ow, ow. There we go. There's that parry I was looking for. So you could try to do it that way. Like I said, I just send, you know, whack him. That just makes it easier. Now, when the game first launched, this came out, which you defeated this guy, a boss called the White Reaper would show up, but I guess for some reason they added an update where he doesn't show up anymore right here. I guess to make the game easier, I don't know. But we're gonna head back up here. We're gonna grab a few level ups if we can. Oh no, I do not want to do that. Don't log in. Okay. So we're going to pump a few points in vitality. Most builds I like to get 20 vitality and 20 endurance before I do anything else. You won't really need much more than 20 endurance in this game, in my opinion, from what I've played through. I've never really needed much more than that. But you know, I like to give myself a little bit of a decent threshold with health and endurance before I decide what I'm going to do with my main stat. So we'll run back here, pick up this. This is a quest for, that item is for a quest to actually get the class that I started with. I will be showing how to do that, but I will not be, you know, of course, getting the armor. Well, I'll be getting the armor, but I'm already wearing it, so I don't really have a need to do it, but I'll show for others who don't have it. Pop this guy's little parasite thing.
I always wondered if there were others. You're probably thinking that lamp's just a tool to be used as you see fit. Take it lightly, and you'll find it's the other way around. Mark my words. I don't know who you are, and I don't care. But since it seems Adir has you marked, making you a bigger threat to the Rogar serves us both. I've defied the wills of gods and kings. If you know any kind of freedom, you'll do the same.
And then we got another vestige. Now you can go out of Umbral right here if you really wanted to, but I'm going to stay in Umbral, only because there's a pathway that can only be revealed through Umbral where we can get a couple items. So we'll run down here, grab this, run up here, grab this one. Umbral Scourings, those are items to get boss weapons and gear. I won't be going through what every single item does, but as I use an item, I'll explain what it does. Oh, ow. Forgot there was a mage up there. Depending on what console you're playing on, I don't know PC's controls, but playing on Xbox, you hit Y, you'll two-hand your weapon. And if you're playing on PlayStation, it's triangle, of course. So, we're going to two-hand my weapon and face off against this guy. I would not recommend trying to parry this. You can parry most attacks, but that one, I would not recommend it. So the ladder I just went up, that was that pathway I was talking about that can only be revealed through Umbral. So, you know, you get Vigor Skulls and Axe. You know, if you weren't in Umbral, you wouldn't be able to see that or even come over here, so. We're gonna go over here. We can now exit Umbral. I think that's everything in this area. Oh, wait, oh. Did he drop an item? Yes, he did. I don't think there's anything over here. No. Okay. Oh, well, looks like we got another item way back here. Continue up this pathway. There was usually an enemy hiding behind here, but like I said, they didn't update where they like made it so that there weren't much enemies, I guess. And I don't know if you can turn that off. I'm pretty sure you can turn it off and go back to like the normal gameplay when it first launched. I might end up doing that just to, you know, give the game a little bit more difficulty to it. Another vestige. Like I said, I'm just going to continue pumping vitality till it hits 20. Then I'll pump endurance till it hits 20, and then after that I will focus on my main stat. Which being that I'm going Umbral, I think what I'm going to do is go an Umbral build, so I will be focusing on Radiance and Inferno to benefit from both. With that, we'll pop this thing over here. And then, oh. So again, you can come out of Umbral here, but I'm going to stay in Umbral because we have to go over here to another pathway that can, you know, only be revealed through Umbral. And that's sadly going to be the case with a lot of the areas and things in this game, so no point in going into Umbral and then coming out of Umbral. Increase maximum stamina and stamina regeneration. Alright, we'll use that for now. I don't know if I'll use that throughout, but Oh damn, they really increased standard regeneration. Damn. Kick down our little shortcut. No, there's another enemy. There is. This just leads down to this area, which we already grabbed that item, so. Grab those holy warts, we'll be using those in a second.
You carry the lamp long enough, and you'll see history
God damn, this
repeat
guy's fucking huge.
over and over. If you don't want to keep retreading the same ground yourself should you fall, make use of this.
This guy's kind of an asshole. He doesn't really like.
I've given you from now on.
So we're gonna take that umbral vestige seed he just gave us and make our own little vestige right here. Rest up, get all of our stuff back. And then we're gonna go here. We're going to slot this, and then we're gonna, well, yeah, we'll slot this. We're also gonna grab some more little fire salts up here. So just don't stay on these because they, as you can see, they will increase our burn meter, and we don't really want to, catch on fire because that sucks. We're just gonna go up here. We're kind of gonna let these guys, these guys are pretty easy enemies. You don't get a whole lot of like vigor from them because they're. Oh, okay. Well, I guess he said, screw you. Like I said, you can try to parry this, but I would not recommend it. He's dead. I think that's it. We'll run around. We'll pick up all these items. Oh. Apparently we're going to jump over that item. And cool. That gave us enough for a level up, so we'll go back to that vestige. We'll level up again. I think there's one more item down here. Yes. And of course now I'm burned, so if you do happen to get, burned, you can roll to decrease that meter quicker. Down here, and you see now we have more fire salts that we will be using in this next boss fight. Upgrade. We're getting that vitality up pretty quick. Now that Iron Wayfarer guy, if you come up to this boss fight, you can actually summon him to help you out. So we're going to summon him. This boss fight can be a little difficult. So we'll summon him. I like to kind of let him just kind of take control while, I buff myself up.
Aureus, By your radiance, grant me the strength to continue to endure these dark days, to lay bare the path to salvation for my wayward brothers and sisters, so we may walk it together, and to strike down all those who would see our will defied. Even as our suffering continued, I honored my pledge of patience to the Exactor. And yet you now appear before me, a stranger, bearing what was not yours to receive. A betrayal made flesh, and one I cannot brook.
It always comes down to this.
I love the status effects in this game. Make it look so freaking real. So as she's doing holy damage, you can pop one of these things. It'll decrease your holy, I guess, resistance. Watch out for that grab move when he tries to like charge you.
Stay out of my way, Lamp Bearer, for your own good.
And after every boss fight, whether you die and go into Umbral, if you don't die and go into Umbral, I would advise you do, because every boss will have this stigma here. Zap it with our lantern, you'll get a boss remembrance, and with that boss remembrance you can go get boss items, boss weapons, boss spells, whatever your heart contents, really. Or desires, I should say, not content. Run up here, we'll grab this Sanctify. That's actually one of the spells I use on my Radiant build.
Welcome, Dark Crusader. I had no doubt in my assessment of you. As one would, my name is the Holy, the Church of the Duty and ensuring the, while this she and her did at least, but now it is to these use the.
I'm just gonna skip through this dialogue. I've heard it 1,000 times. You guys can listen to it.
You serve a higher purpose,
He basically just becomes a merchant. You do a quest for him. You guys going for a Radiant build? Fantastic freaking spell for that. But none of this I really care about right now. Eventually pick all this up because you need to get every spell, every weapon, every armor if you want, you know, platinum. So we'll eventually be picking all this up.
To strive in dark Rogue the Aureus.
One other thing, make sure you exhaust dialogue of any NPC you talk to. That way you don't miss anything. And if you don't exhaust their dialogue, well then you can't advance their quest line. So, kinda sucks. But I'm just gonna take one of each weapon, throw it into my chest here. Shields, you know, all that. And sell the rest. Because I already know what I want to use for weapons. So any weapons I don't need, I'm just going to get rid of. Any doubles I have, I'll sell the doubles and put the rest of them in here. Same thing with armor.
And to think when all to deliver and forgive I'm
This is the boss you just fought.
So too.
She becomes an NPC.
Should you bring them to me? The beacon
Doesn't really have a quest more or less to her, but
our holy work continues,
you can use items you get throughout the game to upgrade your healing devices.
May Aureus' divine radiance flow through me and into you.
And I don't think she's got any other dialogue.
The beacon and a dear fellow the beacons and a dear fellow
Alright. Run over here, talk to this guy.
So the eggs and given that, and yet now, well,
again, I just run through his dialogue. I've already heard it. You guys can listen to it if you want.
In Radiance, judgment.
Again, just weapons and shit. I wouldn't purchase this key right now. It's a lot of fucking vigor to get. And at one point in his quest line, he just drops it for you anyway and leaves it here within Skyrest, or Skybridge, whatever the hell this place is called. So I wouldn't even bother buying it from him.
Our Immaculate, that heretic, as are you.
I'll go.
That heretic, as are
okay.
You. It would.
Gonna run down here real quick. There's a few more NPCs down here. They don't really do much. I don't even really bother talking to them. We're coming down here for that spell. Also another good Radiant spell. This here is a shrine. If you're in multiplayer, for helping other players, you get these coins and you can redeem them for rewards at this shrine. I'm not currently online, so I can't actually activate it, but and we got one more guy we gotta talk to, which we need to go into Umbral for that.
The lamp only then, chosen bearer of the lamp, like you, I serve, until her embrace.
And we'll socket the Umbral Eye we picked up.
The lamp only then.
I think that's all he says.
The lamp must be poor only then. The lamp only then.
Another shrine over here. This one, I'm not exactly sure what this one takes. Oh, plucked eyeballs. So yeah, if this feature requires to be online, so you'll have these red lanterns that spawn randomly, and when you basically avenging like a fallen lamp bearer, when you avenge them, you will get plucked eyeballs, and you can redeem them at that shrine. So, as you see, we rested, and as you see, the guy that was standing right here has now moved locations to over here.
While the beacon would have you seek out as proof, for only can we hope
he'll give us a quest to basically go grab 3 items, and as we give him those 3 items, his inventory will change, and he'll get newer items.
This land is to offer you also. They are already.
Alright, yeah, that's all you say. Now, before we continue on to the next major boss, well, not major boss, I should say. I think it's actually just a regular. Oh, no, we got this fucking asshole to talk to.
Not a you like the one I've learned about that. I hope you reckon. In truth, of course, my name, but far more as proven by. That's right, with defy only to be betrayed. So you'll while and give me the lap, no? It's sad. I hope you see my offers. After all, my offers. After all.
Pretty much just full of himself. Thinks he's better than everybody else. There's gonna be an NPC up here. You talk to him here. It doesn't benefit you anyway here. But as you venture into other zones, he will. After this encounter, he becomes a merchant, and he can, you buy things from him. So. Yeah, this guy is gonna come up and attack us, so we're just gonna get rid of him. So, I don't ever do this quest, but I'm going to show it anyway just because I'm not a fan of, ooh, I get to wield buckets. But there's a emote right here, and I'm gonna show you where an NPC is because I'm going to get the armor set. Basically you do a quest for him, and he gives you, like, I guess these overpowered buckets for, like, weapons. I don't, there's some group called the Bucket Lords. It just sounds weird to me, so I don't bother to do it, but I'll show where that is for those that, like wielding buckets as weapons. Back those two guys. We're actually going to go into Umbral. Pop this thing over here. This is the pathway to the next boss. basically you go up those two ladders and then the boss is over on the other side of this wall.
Holy Judge Cleric.
However, we will not be doing that right now because we have a few more items necessarily we need to grab. I will, however, just upgrade real quick, get that last point for my vitality for now.
Ground, and we are yet to see whether you are deserving of that honor.
I assure you, I have dedicated my life to the teachings of Judge Cleric. My faith in her and her divine works is boundless.
Pray it is, for our Immaculate Lady's light will lay bare the truth, and in radiance there is judgment.
And as you can see, this has changed quite a bit. There's some big ass monster there. Honestly, I would not want to know what he was like if he was actually moving, because that would probably suck. So as we go into Umbral, if you look up at your health bar, there is a, you'll notice part of your health bar is white. It's what we call wither damage. As you attack enemies, as you see, it went up. So you'll lose the wither damage as you attack enemies, but if you get hit, all that wither damage will go away. And basically you'll lose all that health, which can suck. Can't tell you how many times I've died because of that. Now we can go rest up here. All these enemies are going to respawn, but we're just going to run past them. If you want to kill them all again, be my guest, but I will be running past them. So we're just going to run this way, break through here, and we're going to drop down over here. Those enemies won't follow you down here, at least as far as I know. So this is a shortcut that we will get later on in the game. Basically just bring us back this way. So this guy has a parasite, much like that guy in the beginning. You go in here, just pop it, otherwise you won't really do damage to him. Now, if you look over there, you can see that there's a guy, like, right there. What the? Ow. I can't tell you how many times this guy's killed me. Just because he'll try to ambush you and throw you off the edge. can break items, sometimes it'll reveal hidden items, but I don't know if there's too much of that in this area here. So those items, I picked up one before. Those items are called tinks, and they're basically just items that change the color of your armor. I personally don't like using them. I just feel that the regular color of the armor is better.
Diviner dear, witness this offering I make to you.
Some lady cutting off her own hand. You know, we'll actually see her later. Her name's Damaros. We'll run into her later, and it'll explain why she, you know, did what she did. Gonna be some enemies down here that come up. I would not, again, not recommend fighting these guys. Later on in the game, you'll get plenty strong to fight these guys, but I would not recommend it here. So just run across after getting that key from that thing. Run across here and just exit Umbral. This door, you can open after getting that key. It'll bring us right back up to where that guy was. Just if we run up here. Just bring us right back to here. This is actually one of my favorite, if not my favorite, Inferno Catalyst. Sadly, we're going to get rid of it for now because we have to give it to an NPC for a quest. But she'll give it back to us later. Definitely, like I said, definitely one of my favorite Inferno Catalysts. Palm that thing. Run over here, you can talk to her. Hand over that. She doesn't say anything. She's got a mask over her face where she can't talk. I'll run through here. I actually have to go back because there's another item I forgot to pick up. So we're gonna run back there real quick.
I will do everything I can to protect it, as I always have.
And if we run down here... If you're looking to be like a light load and not carry, you know, be able to keep your armor and weapons and all that at a light load, that Princess Sting will actually make it so that you do more damage with a lighter load. It's a pretty decent catalyst if that's what you're looking for. We're gonna run over here real quick and open this door, which will just bring us back to the main area of Sky Bridge. I keep wanting to say Skyrest, I don't know why. Bring us right back to here. And then we'll run out this way. Oh, yeah, run right here. And then if we just go down here, again, jump down, there'll be another item, which is a short javelin, that's a throwing item. Drop down here, and then we can just make our way back. I'm actually going to stop this right here. In the next episode we will go on to push that main boss, that next little boss, and then get on to the next area of the game.